What is up, guys? QYUZLV here. Today we got the Matrix V2. So let's get into the base tour here. Come inside one of the entrances into the compound. As you can see, there is some roofs above it so people can't just ladder up. If we shut that, we come through here. We got this seawall. This goes all the way around on all sides. There's four-sided symmetry. And we got a way in here. And there is a way in right here as well. As you guys can see, there's a turret here in the corner. And there's a turret over here as well that watches the back side of the furnaces. So you don't have to worry about grubs trying to get in here. There is 40 large furnaces and 4 oil refineries in here. Obviously, if you guys want, you can have less of these. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you guys. Coming into one of the entrances into the actual China wall and the inner part of the compound, we have a bedroom here. Each one of these bedrooms is going to have 4 beds and a locker. If you guys want to, you can put some barrels up there if you want to. But we got Pachucos on the inside of the seawall, and we got some Pachucos on the outside as well. Same thing on this other side here. We got some boxes in here. You can use this for drop boxes. Another Pachuco here. Same thing on this other side. And then we got a window here, so you can see if someone's inside of the compound here. If you guys want to, you can put a embrasure on here rather than the shutters. We got a battery here. Nice little battery spot. You can use that for early game if you want to, obviously. Coming down here. So this is going to be inside of the China wall now. We have another bedroom. Same thing as the one that was out there. Got a nice little one-way here that we can hold. If you guys want to, you can get rid of this ramp though. Makes it a little bit easier so you can see. Same thing on this side. Got some peaks inside here. And same thing on this side. And we got this ramp here to cover your head. And this also allows us to get out of the compound a little bit easier. And then we got some planters. So if you guys want to, you can use that for a nice little farm. This one right here, I just use this so we can get up to the China wall. So we'll come up. Nice little brutalist peaks here. Nice little Pachuco. Same thing on this other side. It's gonna be the same thing all the way around. Got a door peak here. Chuck some nades down there if someone's down there. More brutalist. Another door peak. Visibility window. And then again another Pachuco here. Come down here. We have our 2x2 tower in the corner here. Got a locker, some beds. Brutalist peak here. Get another brutalist peak, more beds. If you guys want to, you can put a tier 2 in here too. Won't be a bad idea. And then we got some peaks onto the China wall. As you can see. Same thing over here. And then another peak back in the compound. And then that's how you can get up to the China wall as well. So that's another way to get up. And then obviously we have some netting so we can get up to the tower up there. I'm not going to spoil that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But if we come up, we got the halo here. We got some more Pachucos all the way around. And then this is nice visibility windows so you can see where people are. Got the door peak here, more visibility. Got a brutalist peak here. Some peaks on the side there. Also there is the turret here as well. And there is the turret up here too. So bunch of turrets. So that's gonna be the halo. We'll come inside of the shell here. Come in here. You got a turret here. Also if you want to, you can have this turret be over here instead. Doesn't really matter. But we got some brutalists here in the corners. This is really nice for early game. So you can cover a lot of your compound. We got a bedroom spot down here. So bunch of beds. You can have the boxes for your rekits. It's the same thing all the way around, obviously. Coming in one of the entrances, we have a locker here. You guys can put a battery there if you want to. It doesn't matter. And then on the right side, we got a one-way peak there. So if someone's coming through, you can hold that from your basement. Again, this is going to be all the way around. We got 4 turrets in here. Got a shotgun trap there, as you can see. And then going into the basement, it's going to be a 2-sided symmetry. We got another shotgun trap. So same thing on the other side. And we got, I believe it's 8 beds per side. So you can have 16 beds down here. Got some depot spots again for early game. Battery spots. All that good stuff. Coming in one of the entrances into the starter. As you can see, the starter is a 2x4. Got a bunch of boxes here. More boxes down here. Some furnaces. Tier 3. And you're going to notice that your TC is not down here. Obviously, when you build your base early game, that's where your TC is going to be. The TC is moved up higher because the base has a single TC base. When we get up there, I'll show you where the TC is at, by the way. And we got a fridge. Got some nice little electric furnaces. I use that early game. And then I just plumb in these boxes here. Got a mini early game open core. Some more boxes here. And if we come up here, we got some peaks into our inner peak downs here. It's really nice to have those, so keep that in mind. And then you can put whatever you guys want there. I just left that open. And then we have a way up to the open core. I'll get to that in a moment. We have some peaks here for early game. Obviously, when you do this, don't have that merger there. Not the merger, the square frame there, sorry. And nice little peaks in here, as you guys can see. Same thing all the way around. And I'll come back down here. Going up one of the mobility chutes. This is left open. If you guys want to, you can get rid of that and put a full wall there. Doesn't matter. Got some peaks into the actual inner peaks here. So, nice little spot there. And this is going to be two-sided symmetry to get into the actual open core. So, going up this side here. The other side is going to be exactly the same. We got a one-way peak here. So, it's going to be the same thing on the other side. And then this side comes down to the actual core of the base. So, only the one side comes down. The other side, if you come on this side, does not. There's boxes there. We got some boxes here as well. Bunch more boxes here. As you can see, there's a lot of boxes there. We got the tier 3 here. So this acts like another wall if someone's blowing through the side there. So if they blew this wall, obviously you got the door there. And then if they went straight through this wall, you got the tier 3. So that's why the tier 3 is there. More boxes. Got some vault loot rooms there. Bunch more boxes here, as you guys can see. So again, it's going to be the same thing on the other side. Coming up into the monkey core here, we have some one-ways right here. And then this acts as a one-way on this side too. Although, if you come up to your actual mobility chute, you got some peaks here as well. So, nice little spot there. As you guys can see, there's a bunch of boxes up here in the monkey core. Obviously, got a bunch of beds there as well. Locker. And you got some more boxes on this side. And then this, again, it doesn't come from your mobility chute on the other side. So, it comes all the way up there. And then if we come out here, we got some more boxes there. Same thing on this other side. So we come up to the upper part of the monkey core. We got more boxes here. Got some batteries there. Another battery there. Boxes. And as you can see, this is where the TC is here on this side here. There is your upkeep. It's about 4.5k stone. About 363,000 metal frags. About 5k wood and 200 high qual. Obviously, the upkeep might be off a little bit. The build server's having some issues lately, so like I said, might be off a little bit. And then this other side, there's nothing on this side. You guys can put beds in there. You can have another loot room, whatever you guys want. And then we got the research table on this side, and on this other side, we had the repair bench. If we come back down, and we come up here, this is gonna be for the monkey core. And if we come up all the way some more, this is going to lead to our actual bedroom floor here. So this is just above the open core and the monkey core. We got some retakes onto the shooting floor. These are one-way peaks as well. So we've got a bunch of beds up here all the way around. Obviously, you guys can change that up a little bit however you want. And then we come up another floor. Got retakes up there as well. Got a nice little one-way right here. Again, bunch of beds. Doesn't hurt to have a lot of beds all the way around. Got an airlock onto the actual shooting floor. And we come out here, you got the Y-gap piece all the way around. And then these are wood, so if someone was to break your brutalist here, obviously you can replace them. So it's got brutalist all the way around here. And then more brutalist peaks here. I know some people put the floor grills here. I don't do that because if someone was to break your brutalist, you can actually replace it like this. If you got the floor grill there, obviously you're not going to be able to replace it. And then again, you one-way piece, so I can't see in there. If I was to stand here, I can't shoot inside that one-way as well. So that's going to be all the way around. Obviously, if you guys want to, you can put turrets up here. I just didn't add them. Kind of forgot to do that, but make sure you have turrets up here. And then if you come up another floor, again, we got some retakes for another bedroom spot there. So beds all the way around. Got some retakes to the roof here. So, oops, thought I had to the way there. So, got some retakes here, like I was saying. And then the roof here. I'll get to the setup part in a minute. But we got these early game Susu towers. These are really good to have. So obviously this will be shut. And if someone's inside the compound, got some pretty good peaks there. We got another peak back here as well. This is really good too. There's 6 beds per one. And there's 6 bosses. So there's 2 bosses there, 2 here, and 2 over there. Come back out. We got a nice little door peak here. You can use that to shoot people. And then you can use this for your reverse waterfall too. So you can get down this way. And you can get back up. So as you guys can see, you use this. And then you can hop up. Oops. if I press spacebar. Then you just hop your way up all the way to the top there. So again, that's how you can get to the roof from the compound and compound from the roof to the compound. So we have a nice little piece here in the corner here so you can see all the way around. It's gonna be the same thing on this other side here. We got a brutalist peak here as well, and some peaks from the side here. These are anti-fob peaks as well. So nice to have all those. Got some turrets up here as well, and then some turrets up there as well. And if we come back through here to the center part, we will come up here, and then this is gonna be our helicopter hangar, and you can put attack helis and scrap helis in here as well. Some deeper bosses up here on the roof, doesn't hurt. And then the way that you would open this is you just break this, and then obviously it's still open. Also, I got 4-sided symmetry on, so obviously it's not gonna break all 4 sides. And then if you want to seal it up, you just place these in here like this. Place your roofs. Obviously, it's gonna depend on how many sides you have open, obviously. And then you just seal the roof like this. Oops, server is lagging a little bit here. And then obviously you'd upgrade all that. So that's gonna be the top part there. That's how you seal that in. And if we come back through the center here, you're gonna notice that there is this hatch here. If you come up this hatch, this is gonna go to our vending machines here. So every side is gonna have 4 vending machines. So there's 16 vending machines in here total. As you can see, there's 4 in this corner, 4 in that corner, and then obviously the same thing on the other side. But that's gonna be the base tour. Without further ado, let's get into how we build it. All right, for the starter, you're gonna have a 2x4. Add a door here, and a door here, and put full walls all around it. Put a full wall there. Obviously, TC can go in the corner here. Also, if you want to, technically you can start this at a 2x1. So this would be the 2x1 right here for your starter. Add a window here, full wall, and then we can add loot rooms on the sides here. Also, you don't have to have these ramps in there if you don't want them. Oops, don't upgrade that. And then this is gonna be the jump up. Make sure we put the embrasure on there. If you want to, you can technically put a glass window there too. Doesn't really matter, it's up to you. And then if you want to, you can add a triangle here for loot. Otherwise, if you got the jungle DLC, just put the half shelf in there. Then you can have 8 boxes there. Seal this up like this. Add a frame there. Full walls all around it. Hard side facing the jump up. And then a hard side low wall facing the inside. Double door frames there. Put a floor here and here. And then add half walls there, half wall here, and a half wall here. And then we need to add windows on top of the half walls. Just like this. Put these embraces on like this. And then put these ones here. Alright, just like that. Put full walls around right here. Put a ramp in here. And then temporary floor, temporary triangle, and then upgrade this one. Make sure we come back here and break that. Now this part is optional. If you guys want, you can have a floor in here. So you can have it like this. I wouldn't upgrade this past wood though, if you do it like this. Reason being is you can have it like this, and then you can put missing tables up here. But if you want extra storage, you can add it like this. So it's up to you if you want to have the storage there or if you want to have extra boxes. But if you do the extra boxes, I'd recommend you put the boxes in now. Makes it a lot easier. And then add some more frames here. Put a ramp here and here. And then we can seal that hard in. Put a wall here. And if you want to, this wall here can be either a wall or a window. Doesn't really matter, it's up to you. Put frames on both sides like that for single doors. Half walls on top of the windows. Put frames inside there. And then we need to add a jump up here. Seal the rest of this in. Add a frame here. And then this door, eventually it has to be facing this way. So the hard side is going to be facing the inside. But for the starter, what I would do, if I was you, is have this in stone. And then have it so then the hard side faces outside. And then same thing for this window. We're just going to upgrade it like this. So the hard side is going to be facing out. Eventually when we do the open core, both of these will get flipped around. Alright. So just keep that in mind. And then we can add these half walls like this. And we can add the floor in there right away. And then for this part here, put a window on there. Obviously make sure you put a door on there as well. And then that's going to be the starter. Alright. Next up, we're going to do external TCs. Yes, I know this base is a single TC, but early game you're going to want external TC so you don't get griefed. So what we need to do is come to the side where the single door is, and we're going to add these squares like this, and then add these triangles like this, and then we can add these triangles on the other side as well. If you want to, obviously you can go ahead and upgrade those now. They save a little bit of resources, though I'm not going to upgrade them right off the bat. What we need to do though is come to the center part here, just like this. Make sure you have this shape. This can be on all 4 sides. Add 2 squares like this, and then the third one we can upgrade right away. Break these 2 here, and then upgrade like that. And then from this one we need to add 2 or 3 more. Sorry, so there's gonna be 4 squares total. So just like this, and then on the end we are gonna add a triangle, and then this is where the TC is gonna go. So just like this. And then put your window in here, just like that. Now technically this is all you really need for your external TCs, but if you want to make it so it's a little bit more expensive to raid right away, what I would recommend you do is add 2 windows here and here, like this. These windows are going to be like this later. And then add the windows like this, put shutters on these so people can't see exactly what's behind there. And then add those frames like this, and then we can seal this off like that. And then we can put some doors like this. Obviously don't use this skin though, because obviously they can just see exactly what's behind it like that. So like I said, if you want to, you can make it like this so it's a little bit stronger. If you don't want to add all this windows and stuff like that right off the bat, all you really need is just that triangle. But again, that's going to be the external TCs. Alright, next up we're going to do the basement, so we can go ahead and upgrade all of this right away. And I'm going to use 2-sided symmetry, so whatever I do on one side, it just gonna get upgraded to one of the other, not all 4. Right, so just like this. We are gonna add walls all around it, just like that, and then put a full wall here, and then come to here, and then we are gonna add a half wall like this for the window, and put the brazier like this. This is gonna be the one-way peak here, like that. That's gonna be a jump up. Put a full wall here, half wall, triangle, and then we can add full walls like this. Put a door like this. If you want to, you can add this triangle in there. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. And then add these 2 half walls on top of the window. Make sure we add this floor here. That just prevents people from being able to check to see if there's a shotgun trap there. So that's why I recommend it. And then this is another one-way pick here. Like that. Jump up here. Just like this. And still do this. And then make sure we come down here and make sure we add the honeycomb in here. And fill that up like this. Add a wall here. And then put floors in here. Make sure you add your boxes, and I would recommend you lock them now. It's to make it a lot easier to put the boxes in before you put this window in, but it's up to you guys. And then this is gonna be a single door. Your early game batteries are gonna be right there. And then we can seal this one like this. And then we can turn 4-sided symmetry on now. Add a wall here and here. If you want to, you can seal this in, or I like to add a locker here, but it's up to you. You guys can just seal that in. You guys can do whatever you want with that triangle. And then I need to add this in here. Also, I would recommend when you guys do this, I just remember now, when you add these floors in, make sure you add these frames in here. It's very important because you're gonna need those later. So make sure you add those in there, by the way. And then we can steal these in here. And then I like to add this so then you know, just remember not to seal it in, essentially. And then we're gonna come down here for the way in. Nice and simple. Just gonna add a ramp, upgrade that to wood, that way we can let you get in. Alright, next up we're gonna do the compound. So this ends to be on all 4 sides again. Come to where the TC is. We need to add a circle. Obviously make sure these are upgraded. Just like this. And then make sure we're standing where the TC is. And we go 2 squares out. Add triangles on the side like this. Same on this other side. And then add 3 triangles like this. Right? Just like that. Add a square here and here. A triangle here. And then we can build about like this. Same thing on this side. Just like that, alright? So what we need to do then is, it doesn't matter which side you do this time, by the way. You can do it on the right side or the left side. We need to come to where the square is, and we are going to build triangles across like this. Right. And then we're going to come over here, and we're temporarily going to put a twig here. Do not upgrade that. And we are going to add a triangle here. Break this one, and then we're going to build it back over here. And then put the square, and then we get a triangle like this, right? The reason being we don't add a triangle here is because it was going to connect everything. It's going to break all your TCs and leave only one TC. We do not want that. We want to have external TCs, so that's why we don't connect it all, right? So as you can see, this TC is basically going to overlap this one, but a raider could essentially build right here because that external TC over there doesn't reach over here. So what we're going to do to prevent that is we are going to build the other way. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to build 6 squares this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add 3 triangles like this. And then put a square here. 2 triangles like this. And then the square. And then 2 triangles. And then we're going to basically build the same shape here. Just on the way back. So we are going to add 2 triangles like this. A square. And then 3 triangles like this. And we are going to build squares like this. And do not connect it right there, okay? Very important, we do not do that. Again, that's going to connect everything if we do that, so that's why we don't do that. So, we need to come over here. Add walls like this. Put floor at the top. Half floor here. And then put a full wall there. Put a door here. 2 windows like this. And then add double frames in there. And then put a full wall here. Make sure the hard side is facing towards the base. Same thing on this side. And then this is going to be a trickle. Just like this. Same thing on this side. And then add half wall. Or towards there. And then put the half wall. And we can fill this in. Obviously, make sure you put your embraces in here. Put your beds in there, not your doors. Put a full wall here and here. And a full wall here. Put a triangle here. The turret is going to go here. And then add a chain link gate and a chain link fence in here. Doesn't matter what side you put these on, by the way. You can have the gate on the left side or the gate on the right side. Doesn't matter. And then steal the roof off here. Just like this. And then we're going to come to the corners here. And add honeycomb like this. This is going to be for the gates, by the way, for the compound, so that's why we're doing this this way. And then add a floor here. Add a square triangle like this. Or, a square stairs, sorry. So make sure that this part is in the center of the corner like that. And we're going to put another turret here. Obviously, we don't have windmills done yet, so you're going to have to use these turrets off of solar panels for the time being, or generators. So I just recommend you just put a couple generators inside the base, hook these turrets up, and then turn those on when you need them. Right? We are going to do the compound real quick though. Come to the corners here. And then place the gate as close as we possibly can. Put that down just like this. And then we are going to add triangle roof like this. I'd recommend just leaving these wood. Or if you want to, you just leave them in stone. I wouldn't recommend you have those in metal. Because if someone breaks this gate, chances are you're probably not going to be able to place it back. So, just wood or stone is what I would recommend. And then, for the wall, come over here. Line the right side, or the left side with the center of that triangle there. As you can see what I'm doing. And then we're just going to move back until we can place the wall. So, right there. Try to get it as close as we can. And then move over. Place another wall. And then come over to where the gate is. And then this wall needs to be in line with that gate. Just like this. Same thing on the other side. And then this wall here. We're just going to turn it in a little bit. Just like this. Same thing on the other side. And then this wall is going to go parallel with that square foundation. Same thing here. And then you can just place this last one like this. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side here. So again, make sure it's in line with that foundation. It doesn't have to be perfect, by the way, but like that. And then put the foundation in. or not the foundation, so it's the last wall. And last but not least, we can go ahead and put our furnaces and our oil refineries in here. So come down here, grab the furnace, and make sure we put this triangle in here, by the way. So place those in. Again, do not put a square here. We're gonna come over here and put the furnaces in, just like this. Make sure that the furnaces are as close as they can possibly be to each other. Just like that. And then this last one, you're gonna have to move it up a little bit. And then again, place it as close to the other one as you can. And then we're just gonna do the same thing on this other side. Obviously, you don't have to have 40 large furnaces, by the way, so keep that in mind. And then for the oil refinery, just put it in the corner here. Might be a little bit easier if you go on the ramp, by the way. And then that's going to be the compound done. Alright, next up is going to be the early game power. So we're going to come to where this door is, and we need to build 10 frames up from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And same thing right here. Right, so on the 10th frame, we need to place, go on the 9th one down, add a frame here, so one below the top one, and then add these frames here, and then add frames like this, same thing here, and then put floors on top of that, and then we add half walls all around, and then half walls in the center, and then put floors on top of that again. And then what I would recommend you do is place this triangle here, put the frames in like this, add another frame there, and then we can put the window in, another frame, and then the half walls. Add double frames like this, windows around it, and then we are going to get all of the embrasures. And then this embrasure, make sure it's facing the inside. And we can add a ramp here. Add a hatch frame here. And then put 2 beds here, 2 beds here. And then if you want to put a bed on here, make sure that it is in metal. That's the only way it's going to work. And then you're going to have to stand up here. But make sure you have this hatch here, because obviously just in the fall if you don't have a ladder hatch. So put the ladder hatch. And then you're going to put the bed like this, and just like that. Again, that's the only way you're gonna be able to place the beds on there. That has to be metal. Alright, and then half walls around like this. A triangle here, and a triangle here. Make sure you put your boxes in now. That's the easiest time to do it. And then you can seal that in like this. We're gonna grab the windmill. Make sure you place it in the center and as far back as you possibly can. Alright. Just like this. If you don't place them as far back as you can, there might be an issue and you can't put your windmills up. Alright. And then to get up, we need to grab netting. And what I would recommend you do is just place them right here. On the second one all the way up. And then if you have a planter, just place the planter right here. And then you're going to jump up with that. When we build a China wall, we're going to have to shoot off some of these nettings, but for the time being, they actually get up to the towers. Just put the nettings like that. Alright, next up, we're going to do the inner peak downs. We have 4-sided symmetry on. Add double frames here and here. Add half walls around that. Add the floor. And we need to add frames in this shape like this. Put a triangle frame here and here. 4 walls on top of that. Just like this. Put 2 windows here. And then for these embrasures, you can have the embrasures on the outside or on the inside. That's personal preference. Basically, what I mean by that is, it might be easier for you to see it like this, or it might be easier for you to see if you have it like this. So it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. You guys put those windows however you want. We need to come over here, put 4 walls on the outside like this. And then if we look at the core of the base, we need to add a 4 wall on the left, half wall, and a window. And then for this embrasure here, you can have this on the inside like this, or if you want to, you can put it like this. Again, it doesn't really matter. That's personal preference. add a jump up right there though. And then you can seal this off with a full wall. You can put a single door here for a locker or a battery, or you can put a double door. Doesn't really matter. And then you need to add a triangle like this, and make sure you add a frame here. We can add floor here and here. Do not put a frame in here though. It's just to make it harder to shoot out of there. But we can add a low wall here, and then put the ramp like this. Make sure the ramp is raised, by the way. And then add a double wall like this. Put a half wall here. Put walls across like that. Put a wall here. And then we need a jump off right here. And then frames like this. A jump up right here. Seal these in like this. And then put a frame here and here. Seal the roof in. Just like that. Now this part, make sure you do 2 sides. So only 2 sides of this are going to be the same. So where this door is, place a window. And then put a wall here. And then add walls like this. This is going to be a jump up here. And this is going to be a jump up here. Put a embroidery on here like this. And you can just put it, if you want to, you can just have the glass window there for now. Or you can just put the embroidery on. It doesn't really matter. And then add things in there like this. Seal it off like this. And this side is going to be a little bit different. So add the walls like this. Right? And then these have to be full walls like this. Make sure that the hard side is out. So the hard side needs to be facing the outside of the base. So, and the inside of the base, it needs to look like this, right? And then the D2 here are going to be jump up. And then seal it in just like this. And that is going to be your inner peak downs complete. Alright, next up we're going to add the 2x2 towers for the channel wall. So where the square is here in the corner. Make that a 2x2, and then we need to add these triangles to the side squares right here, so just like this. Add a door, walls around it like this, right? And then full walls here, and then half wall for the window, for the brazier, double up in there, and then brutalist ramp right here. And then seal off like this, full walls around it, like this. Put a half wall there, half wall here, and then a window. Add a double door right here. Another brutalist ramp. Like that. And then we can seal that off like this. Add a half wall just like this. And one right here. And then there's gonna be a window here. So add that. And then we can add full walls around like this. Double door in there. Make sure we add our bridge down here again. And then another brutalist ramp here. Seal in like this. Full walls around right here. This is going to be a window. And then door here. And then walls around like that. Add our bridges down here. Right. And then for here, what I would do is have this door. You can have it open in or out, but I'd rather have it open in. And then this double door here. Make this open out, so then that adds to the airlock for here. And then double open there, and then we can seal that in just like that. And that is going to be the early game tower, so if someone tried to raid us early game, obviously we got some nice little peaks here inside the compound. Alright, next up we're going to do the freehands. Come to this corner here, break the square, 2 triangles like this, go to this first triangle, and this square, put the square here, go to the triangle, put 2 little walls like this, so this should be right in the center here. Now, I'm going to mention this now. If I was you, I would highly recommend you practice this on a build server, because the chance that you get this actually to work first try, probably not that likely, alright? I will have a video linked in the description to make this a little bit easier for you guys, but like I said, I would recommend you guys do this on a build server. So, basically what we need to do is we need to find the spot to line this up. So, I'm actually watching the video here myself, but so we're going to look about right here. Stand up, do not move your mouse. Place 2 triangles like this. Break this square. Break this square here. 2 triangles like this. With a half wall, a floor, and then make sure we can place this frame here. If you can place this frame here, you are all good to go. If you guys cannot place this frame here, you are gonna have to do that entire step over, alright? So make sure you can place this frame. Very important. If you can, break these. Place a temporary square here, and then place the square here. We can upgrade that one. Break this and this. place the triangle here and a square, and then add these 2 half walls here, 2 floors, and then we can upgrade that, alright? So that's how it's gonna connect right here, alright? And then we can place a square here, triangle on both sides, and then a full circle here, just like that. Place a window here, a window here, and a window here. And then put another double door frame here, and then 3 in the center there. Square or 4 walls here, and then 4 walls just like that. And then for here, place a window here and a window here. And then I like to add the shutters here just so raiders can't see exactly where your beds are. That way they can't just kill you off the respawn. And then put a glass window here and then a bridger. And then we can go ahead and seal this in. We're going to come down here, add 4 walls all the way around it. 2 full walls like this. And then these ones I rotate this way. And then half the floors on the bottom. And then make sure we add triangle double on it like that. Put windows all around it like this. Double or single door here, and then double door frame right here. We're going to get our embrasures. Put 3 here, because that's going to be a brutalist. And then 2 glass ones on the side. And then I like to add the shutters here, because you don't have to have the shutters there, obviously. And then we are going to add 2 brutalists right here. And then this square here, make sure this is in wood, because if this brutalist gets broken, you're going to want to break this so you can actually replace it. So again, make sure that that is wood. Do not upgrade that. And then we can steal this part in like this. Alright, just like that. And then we're going to add a half wall here and here. 2 floor pieces like this. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Alright, put a full wall here and a full wall here. And then we're going to come down here, add 3 triangles like this. Same thing on this side. 2 full walls here. And then 2 full walls here. And then add half walls around here. Like this. And then we have to put these 2 floors in here. And we have to do this now because if we do the brutalist, obviously you're not going to be able to place them. Alright. So we can add this in here like this. Add the embrasures in here like this. I'm going to mention this now. If you want to, you can either have this on the inside for a brutalist peak all the way around here. Or you can put this on the inside. Alright. So I'm going to show you both ways to do this now. So if you guys want to and you want to make this super simple so you can have a faster way in, you're going to break this. Place these 2 triangles like this. And then these 2 like this. Add floors all the way across like this. And then put 2 triangle hatch frames here, alright? And then you're going to come up here. You're going to jump, place that, and then same thing here. And then you're going to have the peak there like that. And then you're going to come down here, add 3 frames here. And 3 frames here. Put a floor here and a hatch frame there. Same thing here. Half wall, half wall, half wall. And the same thing on this side. Alright, so if you want to do it like this, you can do it like this. You can get in here pretty fast, alright? And then you don't have to worry about messing with this later. Or, if you want to, I'll show you the other option. So let me just go ahead and break all this real quick. So if you want to do it this other way, put these embrasures on the outside here. We're going to come down here. Place both of these in twigs, alright? Upgrade 1 to wood temporarily. Place a floor here. Upgrade this to wood. Alright. Do not upgrade this past wood ever. Alright. And then we can come down here. Upgrade this to brutalist. And this to brutalist. And then this temporarily is going to be wood. Alright. So the reason that this is going to be wood is because this is going to have to get broken later when we make the entire base a single TC. So as you guys can see, if I was trying to place this, as you can see, it says I cannot connect 2 buildings. So if you're going to do it like this, make sure that this is in wood just like this. Alright. That way you got the brutalist peak all the way around right here. Alright? So, depends on which way you want to do that. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is put full walls here. And then we can put these here. These are going to be on both of them, by the way. Well, not on this one because you don't need this one here. But we do need this here, just like this, regardless. Right? So, this part here stays no matter what. So, we can go ahead and add that, just like that. And then we're going to come over here. Seal that part in like this. Half wall just like this. Make sure you add this one. That's going to be another connection point to the actual base. And then we can seal that in just like this. Put a frame here, a frame here, and then add a frame here. Might be a little tricky to do. I would recommend we put the frame in before we put the brutalist in, but it shouldn't be too difficult to do. It just depends on where you look. And then we can add a those 2 just like that. and then that is going to be the freehands. Alright, next up, we are going to do the open core. It's going to be two-sided symmetry. So the easiest way to do this, find where this door is here. On the left side, put full walls like this. And then we can put a half floor in here. And then I'd recommend you put the ramps in here. Make it a little bit harder for Red to go through the side here. And then add walls like this. Seal that in, just like that. We can add the roof on top of that. And then over here, add walls around it like this. And then add just like that. Right, we can seal this in. And then this part is very important. Make sure you got paying attention. We need a full wall on the right and on the left. Put a half wall here, and then a window. Make sure this window, the hard side, is facing toward the center part here. Right. Put a window here. Make sure we put our embrasure on here right away. Half wall like this. Put the floor, and then you put the ramp there. Double door frame here. Come over here. Make sure that the ramp is like this. Make sure it's low. Temporary floor. A triangle here. Convert that, and then place this back. Also, if you guys want to, this technically doesn't have to be in here. And then we need a triangle here and a triangle here. Place double frame, half wall, and then we can seal that in. And then we're gonna come over here right away, just so we don't mess this up later. Put the embrasure here, a floor, half wall, and a window. That's gonna be a one-way peak right here. Alright. So next up, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna upgrade this, and we're gonna rotate it right away. So the hard side is gonna be facing toward the inside. Same thing with this window. We can upgrade that and rotate that right away. This is going to be for the vault. So as you can see, this side doesn't have that. So we need to add two walls like this. Put the floor here. And then I'd recommend you put the ramp in now. And then put the boxes on there. But before you put the boxes, put this in there. So that way you can actually line it up easier. And then put the door here. And then we need to have the wall like this. Right? So the wall needs to face to here. And then we need to add a ramp. Make sure the ramp is low. And then put the triangle in here. Recommend you guys put the boxes in now. It's gonna make it a lot easier. And then we can seal both of that part off like that, right? Next up, put a half wall here. And if you want to, technically you can have boxes in here with a ramp, but I'd recommend just sealing that off like this, so to make the mobility in here a little bit nicer, alright? So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna come over here, a full wall here, and a full wall like this. Alright, this right here is gonna be another 8x salute room, so this is gonna be basically the same thing with this. So place the little ramp here, and then triangle like this. Make sure we come back here, and make sure we break this one. And then we can add a triangle here, double door frame, temporary floor, temporary triangle, break that, and we can add that. Make sure we break this, right? And then again, that's gonna be a half wall here. We can seal that off right away. And then put a ramp here, and then we're gonna come on this back side here. And we're going to add it just like this on this side. Don't put that there yet. We can go ahead and add it just like this. Alright, just like that. Seal them off and add these two just like this. Alright. And then we can add a floor here. Or a double frame and then a floor, sorry. And then for here, this part's going to be a little different, so make sure you guys pay attention. This is kind of important. Make sure you don't mess it up. Put a full wall here. A full wall here, 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 and here. Put a half wall here, followed by a window. Make sure you put the embrasure on. This is going to be another one-way peak here. So, just like that. Put a half floor in here. Ramp. Double door. And then seal that in just like that, alright? Now for here, put a half wall here, half wall here. Two windows like this. Again, put the windows on. We can add a jump up. Put the double door frame in. Floor here, and then make sure we add this here, right? And then put a full wall like this. Jump up, double door frame, floor, and then a double or another frame there. And then add two walls like this, and then we can add like this as well here. We can seal that part in like this. Jump up here, and then this is how we're gonna get into here. Seal this in like this, all the way across. And then for here, make sure we add this frame here, okay? And then this side here to be a little bit different. We'll get to this part in just a second. But we're gonna come back down here, add a half wall, followed by a window, add a frame or the embrasure, sorry, not a frame, and then add two frames like this. Seal that in like that, and then that's gonna be the first section of the open core. Alright. So for this next part here, I'm gonna put the netting here so you guys can reference what I'm talking about. we need to add 4 hatch frames here. Where the netting is, put a half wall on top of that, followed by full wall on the right, and then double door frames here and here, a window here. Make sure we put the embrasure on right away, just like that. Put a wall just like that, alright. And then where this window is, we're gonna put a half wall just like that, alright. And then where the window is, we're gonna add a double hatch frame here. Put a triangle piece there, put the boxes in there right away. And then I'm gonna grab netting again, and put the netting there, and then we can seal that part in like this, just like that. We're gonna come down here, add our honeycomb in, just like this, and then put walls just like this. This is gonna be a loot room, so make sure you guys put your boxes in here, lock them, and then put the window on. This will make it easier if you do it like this now rather than later, so that is why I recommend you guys do that now. And then I'm gonna add 2 walls like this, half floor, put the rams like this, right, just like that. And then we can seal that part in. And then we're gonna come over here, 2 full walls like this, half walls on top of the windows, and then we're gonna add double doors like this. And then we can seal that in. Come down here, open it again. Add this. This is gonna be another loot room, so make sure that this is facing that way. That is my fault. We can add this in here. Jump up. Another in there. And then we can seal this all in like this. Just like that, right? And then we are gonna add this is another loot room. Then put the boxes in there, lock them, and then we're gonna seal that in, right? And then over here, we're gonna come over here, add this just like this. And then we're gonna add a wall here, double frame here, and then put the half walls there. And then we need another jump up here. So just like that, we're gonna steal this in like this. Put a triangle piece right here. And then come down here, make sure we add all of the double door frames in here, very important. Seal this part in just like this, right? So where this netting is here now, we're gonna use the netting on the right side for the reference. So add a single door here, so just like that. And then walls like this, make sure the hard sides are facing in. We're gonna add a half wall here, a window here, and then we're gonna put a floor here, ramp, and then a double frame like this, right? And then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna add this shape just like this, right? So don't put a half floor or anything in here, right? This make more sense in a minute when we get back to this part, right? We're gonna add a half wall here and a window, and then same thing right here, half wall and a window, and then this right here is gonna be a battery, and same thing here. This is gonna be a battery as well. This is gonna be a loot room, so just like this. I know it doesn't really make sense because we got this part here, but I'll show you how we fix this. Put a glass window here, and then put that just like that. We don't need the netting anymore, by the way. And then we're gonna seal all of this part in just like that. And then we're gonna add this like this. Now this part is optional, alright? There's 2 different ways you can do this. You can either go like this. Hold on, let me build this part up here real quick. So every side is obviously gonna have this jump up, no matter what, right? So it doesn't matter how you want this part. The jump up is all gonna be on the same side. So for here, you can either do a loot room. So this same loot room that's right here, you can build it here, and you can build it here. Or if you don't want to, you can just make this honeycombing. Totally up to you. I am going to do the honeycombing option though, alright? And then we're going to seal this in, just like that. And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to build this shape, like this. Again, jump up, just like that. We're going to seal that off. And then I'm going to put the windows here temporarily. Obviously, they're not going to be there permanently. And then we can go ahead and we can seal all of this off. And the reason I said that we don't put a half floor shelf in here like this is because this is where our TC is going to get moved once we get to the channel wall. So that's why we don't do that just yet. Obviously, you can go ahead and put all your beds and your deployables up here. And then for this embrasure here, you can have it this way or you can have it this way. Kind of personal preference, doesn't really matter. Wall here. And then we're going to add a door like this. Same thing on this side. That way we can actually use these peaks. So if someone's trying to land on the roof, we can actually use them. And then we can also add honeycomb in here. Just like that. Alright, next up is going to be the shooting floor. I got 4-sided symmetry in for now. I will change it in a minute though. So we're going to add windows like this, just like that. And then I'm gonna switch to two-sided symmetry. We're gonna add half walls like this, just like this, and then we're gonna put windows on here. And then make sure you put your embracers on here because these are gonna be for our particular one ways. And we're gonna do the same thing here. So again, make sure we add the windows and then put your embracers on there for the one way. I don't know why I called it a trico. Just like that. I'm gonna switch back to four-sided. Put a half wall, a window, and then we can put a window here as well. And then make sure this embrasure is on the inside to make it more sense when we do the shooting part. And then obviously put the walls there. Like that. These are gonna be both brutal. Oops. Make sure this is that two-sided symmetry, not four. So just like that. And then I'm gonna switch back to four-sided. And then we're gonna seal this part in. Just like that. Obviously don't put a floor there. And then we can add these here. Add that one. Make sure we add a wall here though. And we can add this just like this. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna add floors just like this. Alright. Now, to make this a lot easier on yourself when we do this top part, I would recommend we do this now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this entire base one TC, alright? So we're gonna come over here, multi your TC out, so all the external TCs, multi those out. Make sure you have a teammate ready to break that as well. And then place wood here, alright? And then what we can do right away is add a frame here and here that connects it, alright? Once all that is done, come back up here, and we're gonna build this up, alright? So to make this a little bit easier on yourself, come up to the top here, and then add these just like this, alright? So again, this is gonna make this a lot easier on yourself, so you guys can understand what I'm doing here, right? So we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna build this up a half floor below where that floor that we just placed. So just like this. Once we're half floor below it like that, we can go ahead and add floors all around this, followed by half walls all around. Put the double door frames here and here. I recommend you do it now to make this a lot easier. And then put windows around it. And bridges. Put twig here and a twig here. Upgrade one of them, doesn't matter which one. Just make sure one of them is upgraded to wood. And then we're gonna place a floor here in wood and a floor here in wood. Once those are both done, we can upgrade that to brutalist and that to brutalist, right? And then we can seal this in. Put a half wall here, and then we're gonna put another window here, right? A wall here, and we can put this frame there, and then we can add these frames here, just like this. Half wall, like this, right? And then we're gonna add a window here. Then we're gonna add these like this. And then we're gonna come back to this part in just a moment. Actually, we can just do it now. We're gonna add a full wall like this. So let me turn my two-sided symmetry on here. So put the full walls like this, and then we're gonna add another full wall like this. Put a floor here and a floor here. Same thing on this other side here. So floor, full walls, and then a floor, and then we can seal this part in. Just like this. This is gonna be the jump up, so make sure we don't seal that in. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just like that. And then we're gonna come down here. Make sure we got four-sided symmetry on, by the way. We're gonna add frames here. These can go all the way up to the very top, just like that. These ones, we're gonna put two frames here, floors here, and then we're gonna add walls. And we're gonna make sure that this is gonna be not very top. So we're gonna go to this height here, add the half walls here. We're gonna have floors here, but obviously we don't have enough stability just yet, so we gotta come back down here. Take these frames all the way up to here. Same thing on this other side. Get that, and we should have stability to place those now. Yep. Right, and then we'll come down here. we can build this floor up right away. Like this. And then we're gonna build these frames up. And this is gonna be one floor below the actual shooting floor. So as you can see, we're one floor below here. Place a full wall. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just like this. Place a full wall there. Place floors here, here. And we can put a floor here too. We're gonna add frames coming up to right here. Put a half wall there, 2 half walls there, put a floor here, and then we're gonna put a square frame here and here, 3 windows here. Put your bridge down there, obviously. And then to make this a lot easier on ourselves, we're not gonna put the brutalist in just yet. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna build this all the way up to the same height as the shooting floor, so right here. Put a window, and then we're gonna put a triangle here and a triangle here. We're gonna build this up to right here, right? And then we're gonna put a frame here and a frame here. Put the embrasure on the inside, and then we're gonna put half walls here and here, and then put a floor on top of that. Obviously, make sure the hard side is facing out. And we're gonna do the same thing right here. Frames here, here, and then half walls like this. And then we can seal this part in like this. Alright, now for here, we're gonna come back down here. We can go ahead and put the brutalist in. It's gonna be kind of tricky. There we go. And then we can put a floor here and here, just like this. And then we can put a frame in both of those spots there. And we're gonna add 2 frames here as well. This is an add for stability. Might be a little tricky to do. You might want to put these in before you put the brutalist in. And then seal that in just like that. And that is going to be the shooting floor done. Alright, next up we're going to be doing the roof. Come down to here where this half height floor is here. We're going to add frames up. Oops. Make sure that is in metal. I don't know why I have this down. Okay. And this is going to be the same height as the brutalist and the shooting floor. So just like this, same height as this brutalist. And then we're going to place 4 walls here. And then we're going to put a floor here. Windows around it. Just like this. Have this frame on the inside. That one on the outside. And this one on the inside. Come out here. Add a frame here. And a frame here. Same thing on this other side. Just like this. Add a frame on the outside of both of them. And then we're going to put a wall here. And a wall here. And then we're going to put a frame here. A frame here, and then we're going to add half walls on top of that, just like this. Put a floor on top there as well. This is going to be brutalist, so we can go ahead and add that. Then we're going to put a floor here and a floor here. Same thing on this other side. Right. And then we're going to come back to this part in just a second. We'll come all the way down here. And we're going to build these frames up. Just like this. Right. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side here. And then we're going to add half walls here. Just like this. We can put floors on top of that right away, by the way. Just like this. We're going to put a door here and a door here. And then we can put a window here and a window here. Obviously, put the embrasure on there right away. And then half walls there. Now, this part you can do 2 different ways, right? You can either seal it off with a full wall like this, or you can do it like this, and you can have some more storage in here if you want it, right? But either way, make sure you got the floor on top there, right? And then put a half wall on both sides there. Put a floor there, and then 2 on the side like this. Add frames here and here. Just like that. We're gonna have a turret here. And chain link fences on both sides. Get the top part in like this, right? And then we're gonna come down to here, add the frames here, and then we're gonna add 2 frames just like this. So again, 2 frames just like that. Put a wall here and a window. Same thing on this side. Wall and then a window. Double door frame. Doesn't matter what socket you have this on, by the way. So just like this. Oops, not there. Just like that. Put double doors on them. Make sure these are open, by the way. And then we can put our embrasures here. If you want, you can have the glass one there. Doesn't really make a huge difference there. So just like that. And then we're gonna put a frame here and a frame here. and then put a frame on both of these spots here. So again, right here, put just like that. Same thing right here. Right. Come down here, place a roof piece there, and a roof piece here. And then I'd recommend you just leave these in shipping to make this a little bit easier in a minute. We're gonna come over here, add frames like this. Make sure this frame is here, followed by a floor in the back, half walls around like this, like that. And then I like to have this as a frame here. We're gonna put a turret here, chain link there, and then chain links on both sides here. And then I put a shotgun here, floor, and then another floor there. And then that's gonna be the turret right there. Put a triangle roof piece there, triangle here, a square one here, and a square one here. And then we can put this frame here and a low wall. If you want to make this a little bit easier on yourself, you can technically do this before you put these roofs in here. That way you can actually get back to the roof. Same thing on this side, just like that. And then we're gonna have 4 sets of symmetry on here still. Put a window here, a frame here. If you want to, you make this a single door or a double door. It really doesn't matter. It's just personal preference if you want this as a single door or a double door. So, again, it's up to you. I'm gonna put a wall here, half wall, and then add this. We can seal that in just like that. Turn this on two-sided symmetry. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Right. So add the windows like this. Put these in just like that. This one, make sure this is on the inside. Same thing here. Put those on the outside like that. Build these frames up. Oops, this one doesn't need to be there. Then we're gonna add this here and one right here. Just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just like that. Put the windows here. Just like that. This is gonna be brutalist. And then we can steal this top part in. Just like this. And I just realized this is supposed to be a full wall. Like this. And then for here, we can just do 2 frames up. Like this. So again, this is supposed to be a full wall, not a half wall. Just like that. And then that's gonna be a door like this. This is gonna be a ladder hatch frame. So we can go ahead and put the ladder hatch in here right away. Doesn't matter which way you have this ladder hatch face, by the way. Right. Oops. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Windows on both of them. And then walls on these other 2 like this. The reason that this is gonna be a ladder hatch is because this is where we're gonna have our shop for vending machines. So we can put this in like this. Each one of these should be able to get 2 up here, by the way. Just like that. Obviously seal that in, just like that. And then right here, put the walls around it like this. Temporary half wall, don't upgrade that. Just like this. And then we're gonna add these in twig right here. Just like that. And then we can upgrade these. And we're gonna do the same thing here with vending machines. I'm not gonna go ahead and do those, but this is gonna be the same thing as the other side. Make sure that's a floor. Seal that in just like this. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side over here. So let me just turn my 4-sided symmetry on. So 4 walls again. Temporary floor. So just like this. Don't need that there, obviously. Have this in twig, or you can have it in wood. I'd recommend you just leave that in twig though. And then we can place all of them in, and then we can put a floor in just like that. And that is going to be the roof done. Alright, next up is going to be the seawall. So we can come over here, place a square, And then we're gonna add a half wall to all the way across, like this. Right. Same thing on this other side. And then put frames on top of that. Same thing on this other side. And then we need a chain link gate facing inwards, right where this foundation is there. Same thing on this other side. And then we can add the chain link fences on the rest of these. Same thing on this side. And then that is going to be the actual seawall itself done. Alright, next up we're going to do the channel wall. So we can add these foundations here. If these foundations weren't here, just make sure you place them. If you guys have them, not that big of a deal. And then we need to add squares on both of these all the way across. Same thing on this other side. Just like this. We're going to come over here. So right here, we place a half floor and a window. Same thing on this side. Half floor and a window. 2 frames like this. Put a frame here and a frame here. Half wall, and then seal it in. Same thing on this side. And then get our window embrasure. Make sure it's facing the inside like this. And then we're gonna get a wall here and a wall here. Same thing this side. We can come inside here. We can get rid of both of these. And then we can put an embrasure here and here. And then put a half floor like this. And another embrasure. You can have this on the inside or the outside, doesn't matter. Same thing on this side. And then that's gonna be a jump up there. Same thing on this side. And then put a ramp there. If you want to, you can have this ramp here. It's gonna make it a little bit harder to see for the one way. So what you can do to make it a little bit easier on yourself is just put a box here. Like this. And then we need frames inside of here. Seal all of this in, just like this. And add these 2 here. Alright. And then we're going to come back to the center part in a second. Oops. Add this in here. This is going to be honeycombing, by the way. Just like this. Alright. And then this is going to be a battery spot. We can add a wall there, half wall, and then a wall here. Alright, we're going to come down here, put a wall here and a wall here. Same thing here. And then we can seal both of them in. And then we're going to add a patrico here. So put a half wall and then a floor. Same thing on this side. Half wall and then a floor. Get rid of the half wall, put a low wall here. Same thing on this side. And then we're going to put a window here and a window here. And then we add the double door frame there. And then I like to have a glass window here and here. Put shutters on both of these. And then this is going to be a wall, just like this for the channel. And then add frames in here. Come down here. With that shipping container or glueless, I'd recommend you have that shipping container though. And then before you do this, actually, make this easier on yourself, add this frame here. Like this. So make sure we add this frame first, and then we can add this frame. Just like that. Like I said, just to make it a little bit easier. Then we can seal all of this in. Just like that. And then this is going to be half floor. We can put a tread on here right away if you guys want to. Like this. Okay. And then this part is technically done. Also, I don't know why I placed this here. That doesn't need to be there. Right, next up, we're going to come over here, place walls all the way around. Again, this is again off the side, by the way. And then this is going to be honeycombing. This honeycombing doesn't have to be metal, by the way. If you want to save on some resources, you can have this in stone. Like this, and then walls here. And walls here. Take on this side. walls on this inside part again. It doesn't matter which way these walls face, by the way. Don't play that one. Alright, just like this. And then we can steal all of this in. Same thing with the squares. We steal all of these in. Also, sorry about that gold guy in the background. I don't know what he's doing. He's just being kind of annoying. Alright, and then come over here. Don't place them on the outside, and don't place them on these triangles here. Place them right here. Like this. We can place one here though, and on this very corner we can have them too. Right? Same thing right here. Just like that. And then we're gonna place these all the way across. Same thing right here. And then again, add walls in the center here. Like that. Again, steal all this in. Same thing here. Right, just like that. And then add half walls on these two like this. And then we can add walls like this. These walls on the outside go all the way across, just like this. Right, just like that. Now, for the center part here, it's gonna be a little tricky, so make sure you guys are paying attention to how I do this. So we need to add a 2x1 here, like this. Same thing on this side. So 2x1. Doesn't matter which way this wall faces, by the way. So just like that. Put the walls here and here. Same thing here. And then make sure we add floors in here. Like this. We can add floors on both of these, by the way. Put a frame here, here, and here. And then we can seal this part in like this. We can add 3 windows here. Put our embroideries on here. This is going to be brutalist, so we can add the brutalist in here right away. Although I wouldn't recommend we do that just yet. We'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to place half walls in here. Same thing on this other side. Half walls like this. Full wall in there. And then these are going to be full walls. Again, doesn't matter which way these walls face. And then put floors on both of them. And then floors here. Just like that. Come to here. We're going to add frames here and here. Like this. Frame, frame. And then we're going to put a frame here and a frame here. Windows like this. Make sure the embroideries are on the inside. And half wall on top of that. Fill that in. Add frames here. And then we're going to add a door here and a door here. And then that's going to be a window here. And a window here. And then same thing on this side. And then this is going to be a window right there as well. Alright, so make sure you guys are paying attention to how I do this. It's going to be a little tricky. So this is going to be a viewing window here and here. Just like this. This is going to have our embroidery on the inside. Same thing right here. Right. And then we are going to add a half wall here and here. Same thing here. And then frames on both of them. Like that. Put a frame here and a frame here. Again, half wall on top. And we're going to do the same thing right here. Just like that. And then a frame here and a frame here. And then add the roof on top of that. And then these are going to be roofless. Add frames here and here. Again, this is roofless. And then we can come down here. And we can put these pieces in all the way across. Same thing on this side. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing here. A little bit right there. Again, this is going to be brutalist. Right, and then we're going to come down here. Add the brutalist here. And then same thing right here. Just like that. Add the frames all the way across like this. This one might be a little bit tricky to place, so what I recommend you do is just come up here and you can place it like this. Just like that. So place it all the way like this. And then make sure we seal all of this off. And make sure you add your barricades on here. I'm not going to do it just so I can save a little bit of time on a building. So again, seal all that in. Add here as well. And then that is going to be the actual China wall done. Alright, next up we are going to do the halo. But before we do that, come over here. Place a square here, just like this. And then we can shoot this one out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with a netting right here. Alright. So it's just like that. We're going to come over here. We're going to build this up to 1, 2, and then same thing here. Floors all the way across there. Full wall here, just like this. Frame here and a frame here. And then we can put a frame on both of them, just like that as well. And then temporary half floor. So that's temporary. And then if you want to, you can have a turret back here. Doesn't really matter. Not a bad little spot to have a turret. So if someone's trying to ladder up, you know, turret can see him. But we are going to need a floor here. And here. And then floors here as well. This one's going to be brutalist, and then these on the side are not. And then come down here. And place in the brutalist just like that. Right? And then we're going to come down here. And we're going to add in these just like this. So this should be 4 of them, just like this. Same thing on this other side. Just like that. So once we have this shape like this, we are going to build some frames up that are 5 high. So the shape is going to be just like this. And right here as well. So they're going to be 5 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Same thing here. And we're going to do this on the opposite side over there as well. Right, so this other side, we're going to come over here just like this. And then 5 up as well. Right, once that is built up 5 high, just like this, we come over here, place a half wall here, and then 2 frames just like this. Put a floor here, and a floor here. We're gonna shoot this one out, right? Because this is how we're gonna get up to here then. Because we got this netting here. We're gonna need netting and put it right there, and then we are good to go. Right? Put a window here and a window here. Triangle here, and then we can add these like this. Right? Just like this. And then for here, just put a shop up there. And then we're gonna add triangles across like this. Put a triangle there, and then a square here. Same thing I said. Just like this. Or if you want to make it more stable, you can have it on this side. Honestly, it doesn't really make a huge difference there, but we need to add a door here and a door here, and then a frame there and a frame here. And then put roofs on both of these. And then windows on both of these. Make sure the hard side is on the inside, obviously. Like this. And then these ones, we're going to have windows. And make sure you add the shutters on these. Because these are just going to be for viewing. Just like that. And then we're going to add 2 frames here and here, just like this. And then we're going to add a frame here and a frame here. And then we're just going to add roofs on top of all of this. Again, make sure you put your barricade on top of here. Also, if you can't place the roofs on here, sometimes you got to upgrade these to a shipping container. Makes it a little bit easier. And then obviously just upgrade those back to metal, or you can just leave them in the ship container, doesn't matter. But that is going to be the full base done. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I know this base is a little bit longer than normal. Also, I just noticed that doesn't need to be there. Like I was saying, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.